Good morning, it's Ros Boundy Psychic Medium here. I just realised I had forgotten to turn the mute on while I was just doing a couple of typing things. Oops, but that's okay. Good morning. For those of you who are already here, good morning, Janine. I don't know, have I seen you here before? It's wonderful to have you here. And Keza, good morning. Lovely, lovely, lovely to see you. And Kerry Ann, good morning in Gippsland. And it is an absolutely superb, beautiful day sitting here as well, looking out my window. It's so beautiful, clear blue sky, and it's looking like it's going to be lovely and warmish for what it's been. Oh, just noticed a cloud. There you go. And I'm going to just put this up for those who are in the profile, the main one that you sign in with, the profile page, the one that doesn't allow the privacy stuff. It doesn't allow you to show your comments with your name. So if you're on that page, this is the link. You'll see it there in the comments. Just click that link so that you can actually have your little avatar shown as well as your name. And Karen, it's wonderful to see you here this morning as well. I love the rainbow. Gorgeous. Thank you. And Joyce, good morning from Ontario in Canada. That's a lovely, interesting. I can see that you've got some other little overlay on your avatar. Be interesting to be able to see what that was clearly. I couldn't, sorry. Wonderful to have you here, Diane, as well. And Veronica, good morning. Lovely to have you all here. Thank you so much for your support as well. Now, I am using eCam, so if you just bear with me, it does mean a few more clicks as I'm swapping the screen around. So here we go with our card screen this morning. So here we go. I'm going to flip them around. I haven't done the layout yet. So as you can see, I haven't done the layout yet. I just couldn't shuffle them. I actually tried to shuffle them using this hand sort of stabilizing them. You can see what sort of mess they got into. So that's why I haven't done them yet. Here we go. I'm going to just pick 5 cards. So there's 1. I'll put that. Oh, actually, I can't put that there. Let's just shove them over a bit. There's 1. There's 2. Here's 3. And let's go under there. 4. And there's 1, 5. So those are the cards that we're going to lay out in a sec. I'll just shove those ones out the way so we've got a bit of room, and I'll sort of tidy that up later. So here's our cards from the Gilded Reverie Lenormand deck, the expanded edition. That's what I'm using this morning. So what we had them in is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm going to probably just leave them in that order instead, rather than putting. Oh, except I've done it. There, is that a bit better? And spread them out a little bit, rather than do just that. The spread that I normally do in the cross version. Sometimes I like to change it up. A change is as good as a holiday, don't they say? And here we've got, it's still going to be the same order of what the energies are, which aspect we're actually looking at. So what we're looking at here is the home space with the coffin in it. The second space we're looking at is the workspace. Then we have the unexpected. This isn't going to be that central outcome. This is the unexpected card. Then it's our role, what our part of this reading is, and the outcome, the energies of the overall. So that one would normally be in the center. So lucky you, Sarah, because you love the tree, I know. So who we've got now popping in as well? We've got Keza commenting how great the cards are, which is great. And I did just notice, Shaz, you're in the room or the house or whatever you call it. You're being present here with us now. So what we've got here with the coffin in our space, I'm just going to put the owl card. I just forgot about the owl card, but I'm just showing that before we start the reading as such. I'll put the owl as that first point of wisdom as we move into the reading. Health is the greatest gift, contentment the greatest wealth, faithfulness the best relationship. Wow, isn't that a gorgeous card too? I just love these little tools that we can actually use as we move move through our lives on the journey we're on, isn't it? And good morning, Deb. Lovely to see you here too. Wonderful, beautiful wolf there. Nice avatar. So here we've got our coffin in the home space. Quite meaningful for me, specifically personally, especially after the wonderful day that I did have a wonderful day yesterday. It went well, and it was certainly something that's brought another level of closure to what has been a very difficult few years since the tragic accident of my ex-husband and all the rest that's involved since. And it was lovely to get together and share those stories of celebrating a life. And I think what this is telling me really is that it doesn't matter about all the treasures that you're trying to keep in this time, our physical presence and time now, you can't take it with it, as much as how the Egyptians liked to pack it in their pyramid and expect it was going to be there on the other side for their use, sort of thing. Who knows? Is there that same thing happening on the other side and you do pick up where you left off? I doubt it. But none of us actually know. So it's really more understanding for ourselves, even on the home front. Look, death is a part of the life and death cycle. And it's not something that we talk about very often, even in our home spaces and with our relationships. But certainly it is part and parcel of how we live this life. And live it with the understanding that, at some point there is going to be many things that we have passed through our life that we grieve for. And it can be the physical things, it can be just change that we grieve for. It can be the death of loved ones as well, and people that we know, especially been difficult in the last few years because there has been so many because of pandemic issues, etc. And, we just need to live with that acknowledgement that our life is fleeting now, living it to the best that we can in who we are. And loving what you're doing in all times, being present is what I'm saying there. So good morning, Fiona. Lovely to have you here, and for everyone too. And Sarah, oh, look, you don't need to be sorry you're late. There's always the replay, remember, but it is lovely to have you here, and good morning. And I love those hearts. So thank you, Fiona. So moving that through into having that self-acknowledgement, look, this is a real part of life. It is moving through those death cycles with, whether it is, like I just said, those physical things, events that happen and feelings that you feel, emotions, they're all part of a death grieving type of a cycle. Just enjoy, and I know that's a funny word to say, but it to use in this context, but just enjoy the process and the experience and learning, knowing that it is growing you as these experiences happen, okay? Until that moment in time when you yourself will be passing that veil of sorts, or, the ethers moving your spirit through to that next life or whatever it is. That's the adventure of life, I feel. So take that through to what is in your workspace. And the understanding of, why are we here? Is it really work or just part of what our lifestyle, our living arrangements to continue onward with that learning pathway and growth? There's something in your workspace today that is going to be like a star focusing, the sparkly, that brightest star in the night that you sometimes see, that you think, oh, wow, it just looks so beautiful and pretty. There's something in your workspace, work time today that will bring that essence of surprise in that focus, that sparkly focus, and bring some joy in the watching. I'm feeling a very joyous sense in the cards today, okay? So, so here we are with that being, that's going to attract us to, oh, this might be the thing that I'm doing next, instead of being distracted all the time by the other ones that are in the background. You know how sometimes your eye can flick between the brightest star and, oh, you see another one. Oh, you see another one. But I'm feeling that what you're going to have is that is going to be able to be focused on for a good set of time, and then next, you're taking your steps properly is what I'm trying to say there. Okay. And Deb, so you've tried to fill the space left by partner's death with pretties. Now I have a lot of stuff, but didn't help. Look, honestly, it's not something, when you do things that are to help relieve the grief, it's just that there's, I feel we are trying sometimes to avoid facing those feelings and emotions because they hurt. I think really pulling full face to what is the emotions I'm feeling and allowing the hurt to work through you. Yes, the pretties can be fun for a little time, but they don't help the long term. And it really is learning, putting our understanding, what actually is death? What does it mean for you? Sometimes it's a relief to know that someone has passed out of this world and the pain that it's caused them by those, illnesses and stuff, that they've actually moved on to where it's peace and bliss. I mean, we won't know till we get there ourselves, really. But there's people who have given and shared near-death experiences from, nearly passing, coming back, and it's just a space and place that really is the home, and peace, tranquility, and those who are our ancestors are there waiting for us. So it's not something to fear is what I'm feeling. And, the stuff is just stuff. I'm trying to de-stuff myself, minimize and the rest. And that's where, putting the focus on what is important to you. Even in that workspace, what is important to continue on with? What's the next step in what feels like what is work? We do label things. What is work? It's just things that we do to enable us to continue living our lives fully. So live your life fully in the richness of what it is for you. We're going to have times where in those unexpected moments today, there will be some decisions to be made, the bridges to be crossed. So you actually are going to be crossing a couple of bridges today, whether it's a couple of bridges or whether it's just that you're needing to make a big decision to, take this step and you are actually moving across the bridge. That's the unexpected card today. So, and Claire, in the description when I put the session up, there is no personal readings in these sessions. These are just a general card spread. So tune into your own psychic abilities, your intuition, those gut feelings. If you're feeling that there's a message coming through, that these cards mean something a little, oh, that's not right, or just feel into what little message you're getting, whether it's, you're hearing little things or you're getting senses in your third eye, or just the gut feeling that, I can identify with that. It's meaning blah, blah, blah for your situation, okay? So, so that's what these morning sessions are, and there is already a spammer, so do ignore it. Here we have in your role is the well. It's not a wishing well. It is, in the practicalities of how water used to be gained in certain areas where you didn't have flowing rivers and that type of thing. What you had, you dug a well. So it's a little bit of a work type thing as well. So what you're having is you've got to get up to those steps and get to that reel to actually lower the bucket. So I'm feeling with your role today really is digging into your own resources, dropping down this bucket and bringing up what you need for your use today. So if you're needing to actually have anything for your workspace or your home space, whatever you're needing to choose out of what you know is your bucket of tools and skills and abilities, that's what you're going to tap into. So instead of being running water, we're looking at a well today. So you do need to actually put in a little bit of work in sussing out what it is in your bucket that you, or your well, that you need to actually retrieve for use. So, have that sense of connection with spirit, that they will help you in what skill you're needing for a particular situation. And sometimes it can be just a listening ear to a friend who's needing to actually pour out their soul. Sometimes it can just be a helping hand in making a cup of tea for someone who needs it. It doesn't have to be big actions, big activities. It can be those small things too. But that's what the well is. It's going through, it is really bringing forward your resources and skills. So, I must be getting very popular. I've got 2 spammers in the list. Fiona, today in your home, you've got macrame crystal necklaces to play with. Oh, that's wonderful. And it can be so, doing creative stuff can be so, I don't know, it really rounds out feelings sometimes. It can calm the edges, doing something that's like that. That's great. Bumblebee Square. That sounds really interesting. Really interesting. Oh, 3 in the list now. Must be getting very, very popular. Here we are moving into the tree. And this, with the Tree of Life Kabbalah symbol, really is significant in the all that is. We've got the deep... the dogs are barking. Yep, someone walking past with their dog. So ours can see them. So the tree has the deepest roots. The tree is really grounded and connected to Mother Earth, as you know. And trees themselves actually talk to each other. There is communication with trees that worldwide, it's global. We don't know the extent of it. Science hasn't discovered everything. So it's just all the possibilities with the rainbow going through that symbol of the Tree of Life Kabbalah symbol, brings all potential in what can be connected with in that grounding level, as well as all the potential in what is the growth and what is the abundance in the leaves, the branches and the leaves of the tree. And it really is that connection of what is our ancestry, what's way back in the knowledge that's been brought forward. Who knows how old a tree can be? Until it's cut down, they count the rings. But other than that, I suppose they do carbon testing. I don't know. Anyway, there's birds and there's fruits and there's all sorts of things in these leaves. So, as far as that feeling, that sense of completeness as we're coming to our end of the day by the time, because this is the outcome card, remember, and central feeling in that cross layout. But this is, the end of the day. Sit and be grateful for all that has occurred for your day. Give thanks, and even back to our ancestry, and even connecting with thanks and gratitude to our spiritual connections in whichever way you do. Do you say a nightly prayer? Do you do a meditation? Any form of what you're going to be grounding with and connecting cosmically with as well to what is. A tree creates our oxygen. So, it's all of that that's from ground out to the atmosphere and beyond possibly. So feel into all of that and the connection that we have with that, the central energies, the spiritual energies. And, because it's not just spirit there. Yeah. You'll understand what I mean when you do it. It needs to be done. Okay. So that's what I'm saying with that. So let me see who's commented since. Oh, so healing. Yes, Fiona, it is. I've got to sort of filter through all these spammers. And interesting. Just ignore them. Do not comment to them, please, because there's no point. I go back and ban them anyway, so it's no point them doing it, really. And Kim, the well makes big sense for you today. Yes, it's so wonderful when we can know and sense what these cards do mean for us. Look, they don't have to, that every day, but there might be one little image on one of the cards that really touches home at, at that central heart level. So thank you for sharing that. And yes, Peanuts is around. She's not at my feet this time. She wanted food more than sitting at my feet. I did a Tree of Life lapis lazuli. Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, I like the lapis. It's beautiful crystal. Yesterday you went hiking. Oh, good grounding stuff. Wonderful. And thank you, Deb. Thank you for that. Yeah, Ros does my readings. Thanks. That was in response, I know, to spammer, but don't bother responding. The energy is wasted there because personally, I think they're probably highly just computerized. Someone's set up something that just puts it out to any type that they pick up on. If it's got a label of psychic, they'll send it to that chat. Don't, yeah. Now, and you're going to be spending the day with a soul sister. Oh, that's going to be wonderful, isn't it? Because I had one of my really best friends there yesterday, and it was wonderful to catch up. So I understand that. Great. And Keza, thank you. Have a beautiful day. Have a beautiful day, everyone. And I am finishing up. So thank you for that. I love those hearts, and I'm going to pop back and finish on that. Thank you, Sarah. Lovely that you came in late, even if you had to. We all have some of those moments. But here we are. Love, hugs, blessings. And certainly I am going to pop up my Namaste card here and swap it round to, is it this way I do it? Yes, press the right button. So thank you, everyone, for being here and joining in with these lovely sessions. I just so love being able to share these with you. Oops, that moved just as I went and clicked the button. So thank you, Fiona, and thank you, Kim. So namaste to each and every one of you. Have a beautiful day. Keep being the best you that you can be. And bye for now. Till tomorrow. Bye.